Have you ever been in a situation where everything seemed to fall apart around you? When those closest to you hurt you deeply and you feel lost, alone, and betrayed? What if I told you that one of the most powerful stories in history, a story of pain, betrayal, and ultimate success, could hold the key to your healing? This is the incredible story of Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, a story from the Quran that teaches us lessons of patience, forgiveness, and trust in Allah's plan. Stay with me, because this story will inspire you to keep faith, no matter what you're going through. Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, was not just a prophet. He was a young man whose life was filled with unimaginable trials, from being betrayed by his own brothers to being falsely accused and even imprisoned. His story might seem like a nightmare for anyone. But in every moment of hardship, Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, remained patient and trustful of Allah's plan. His life, as narrated in Surah Yusuf 12:1-111, serves as an eternal lesson for all of us. Let's go through his journey together. Imagine this: a young boy with a powerful dream, a dream so clear that even his father, Prophet Yaqub, Alayhis Salam, recognized its importance. Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, saw 11 stars, the sun, and the moon prostrating to him. But rather than keeping it to himself, he shared this dream with his brothers. And what did they do in response? Instead of celebrating his success, they let jealousy take over. Their hearts filled with anger and envy, they decided to take extreme measures. And this is where the story of Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, takes its first painful turn. Filled with jealousy, his brothers plotted against him. They threw him into a deep well, telling their father that a wolf had devoured him. But what they didn't know was that this betrayal would be the first step in Allah's grand plan for Yusuf. Alone and abandoned, Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, faced his first trial, yet he never lost faith in Allah. Can you imagine the heartbreak? But Allah had something far greater in store for him. Now, what would you do if you were Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam? Would you cry out in anger? Would you lose hope? Or would you keep your trust in Allah, knowing that He is always with you? Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, chose to trust in Allah's plan, and his journey took unexpected turns. The next chapter of his life led him to Egypt, where he was sold into slavery and placed in the house of a powerful minister. But even here, he was tested in ways most of us could never imagine. Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, grew in wisdom and strength in Egypt, but then he faced another trial, one that would have broken many. The wife of his master, Zulaykha, tried to seduce him, but Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, remained strong and resisted. In his moment of weakness, he turned to Allah for help. He said, "My Lord, I prefer prison to what they invite me to." Surah Yusuf 12-33. And Allah answered his prayer by keeping him safe from sin, even if it meant imprisonment. Sometimes, the path to success is not through fame and wealth, but through trials that refine our character and test our faith. So what happens when you stay patient and trust in Allah, despite all odds? Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, spent years in prison, but even in that hardship, he never gave up hope. Eventually, through his wisdom, he interpreted the king's dream, and his life was transformed. He went from being a prisoner to a trusted advisor, and it was then that his brothers, who had betrayed him, came to him, not recognizing him. What happens next in this story might surprise you. When Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, finally revealed himself to his brothers, after all that they had done to him, he could have had them punished. He could have sought revenge, but he did something far greater. He forgave them. In the Quran, we see this moment in Surah Yusuf 12:92. "No blame will there be upon you today. Allah will forgive you, and He is the most merciful of the merciful." This is a moment of incredible mercy. Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, taught us that forgiveness is far more powerful than revenge, and in forgiving others, we unlock Allah's mercy for ourselves. Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, his story, teaches us that no matter how dark our circumstances may seem, we must always trust in Allah's plan and remain patient. Forgiveness is a key to peace, and it opens the doors of mercy in our lives. If you're going through a tough time, remember that just like Prophet Yusuf, Alayhis Salam, your faith and trust in Allah can lead you to success, even when it feels like there is no way forward. If this story of patience, forgiveness, and trust in Allah inspired you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video if you believe in the power of forgiveness, and don't forget to share it with others who might need a reminder. Subscribe to stay connected for more powerful stories from the Quran and the teachings of our beloved prophets. May Allah grant us all the strength and patience of Prophet Yusuf, alayhis salam. Jazakallah khair.